Well, hello, everyone. Hello, Wayward Gamers. Welcome to the Emporium. I am Jay, also known as Neopet here on the socials, and I am your GM of fun, of creation, and something else I'm going to come up with eventually to be funny because right now it's Saturday afternoon and we are going to play some Star Wars RPG with Shadowport Adventures Mercenary Tales. Yes, Mercenary Tales is back. We are now on the Emporium. This is season 3. We've been to other locations, but we are on the Emporium for the Wayward Gamer. And this is an actual play once a month, the first Saturday of the month, Shadowport Adventures. So you're like, wait a minute, isn't there more? Yes, there is. This is the second one. So, but you know what? Enough about me and sharing all this wonderful stuff. Let us introduce our wonderful and talented players that we have here. Lily, how are you doing? Welcome. Um, who are you playing?
Hello, hello. I am Lily. My pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Lynn, whose pronouns are she, her, and is a Marillion soldier and medic.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Um, Sorry, just a small technical glitch that we are just working with because this is our first episode, and with first episodes, it's always about audio and wonderful other things. Um, Steve, how are you doing? Who are you playing?
Hey, I'm Steve. I've been role playing since the beginning of time, it feels like. And I am playing Six. And Six is this swoop racer who is loud and proud and colorful and likes to go fast.
That's what we understand. So hopefully, we're going to get to see a little bit of that energetic entertainment. I should say.
Oh yeah, there'll be selfies taken, whether or not other people want them taken, it doesn't matter. So yes, it'll be fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next, Joey. How are you doing, sir? And who are you playing?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited to be here. And I am playing the Chandrilin Chantreuse, Rosalind Desra, or Rosalind Denra. I know my own name. It's fine. Uh, Famous Jats singer in the galaxy, and local celebrity. Couldn't possibly get into trouble. She's everyone's favorite. Just ask her, she'll tell you.
Exactly. And, doesn't get into trouble. And I believe since we haven't talked about the backstories of since this isn't the first encounter that this group has been in, we developed a little backstory of how they got their ship. And, Rosalind didn't have anything to do with that whatsoever.
No, she was just there.
Yep,
Innocent bystander as always.
exactly. That Imperial officer might have something different to say, but that won't come back to bite you later in the season.
What are you talking about? My biggest fan. It's fine.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
fine.
Thank you so much, Joey. Next, Maddie, sir, how are you doing and who are you playing?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Jay. Hi, I'm Maddie, aka So Maddie Games. I use he, him pronouns. I'm playing a droid. I'm so excited about this, man. Because I mean, like, I like Star Wars. I do. But I'm really an R2D2 fan, first and foremost. So, I'm playing a take on an astrometric droid. It's a little different. Um,
Little,
you
but
know,
good.
named RT 03, and um yeah, we're gonna find out, just who the heck this droid is, I guess.
Oh yeah, and some interesting modifications, someone might say.
Just a few.
Just a few. Just a few. Thank you, Maddie. Last but never least, and I wouldn't say returning, I would say something else, but that's what the the season will unfold.
Hezra,
Emily, how are
Taylor's
you
version.
playing? How are you? And who are
I'm doing
you
all
playing?
right. Glad to be back. I am excited to be playing Hezra again. So, again might be a strong term for
Yes,
this.
it's a kind of a slight difference from season 2 to season 3. And
Definitely slight. She's a little older.
just a little bit older.
A little more
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. But the thing is, season 2 was, like 2 BB or, ABY. So it was like year 2 after the destruction of the,
Mhm,
Empire's first Death Star. We are playing in 3 BBY. So
mhm.
this is before the destruction of the Death Star. This is when the rebels are starting to get their cells going. So how can Ezra be older 5 years, in the past?
Time travel, obviously.
Eh, that's one. But I think that's what we're going to be exploring.
Something
This,
that's well established in Star Wars, time travel, right? Nothing else
yeah,
could be a factor.
nothing else. Considering you have to see season 2 at the end when Hezra realizes what she is. But anyways, as we digress, thank you again, everyone, for joining us for our actual play of Star Wars RPG, Edge of the Empire, Shadowport Adventures, as I said, Mercenary Tales. And what we're going to do is we are going to start off with a quick introduction of where we at. Our wonderful, intrepid characters have been grouped. They've been grouped together. They've been um, they've how do I want to say they've had a good amount of uh, they've met each other through the information broker. They're put together for a job, went successfully. They ended up gaining a nice ship out of it, and they returned to Port Moore. And some of you are like, "Wait a minute, I've heard Port Moore before," and you're like, "Yes," because that's kind of the center of. And as you're in Port Moore on the planet Darling Boda, it is a place where um, 3 Shadowports are there. There is the Port Moore, there is Darling Boda Shadowport, and then there is the Deep River Drop, which is another Shadowport, and each have a little bit different. Well, at Port Moore, your group has been contacted with, "Hey, we've got a job for you. You need to go over to the river. There's a hut that needs your assistance." Kind of a low end, you're getting paid 2,000 credits each to go retrieve something that somebody stole from a hut. Details of what's going to happen, like the details of what they can give you, will be upon your arrival once you arrive at Deep River Drop. And there you have actually information. You're going to be given a location to land. You have a landing pad that's your, prime landing pad. And oh yeah, and then a representative will greet you with all the information. And it's like maybe a 2-hour flight with your ship from Port Moore to uh, River Drop. And as you land, you're getting the instructions. You land this sweet ship, Styx. What kind of ship are you flying for this wonderful crew?
Oh, we have liberated. I mean, we are flying a courier class yacht called the Venture, and oh yeah, we're in style. If we're going to liberate a ship, we're going to make sure that it has all the bells and whistles, um, and it's something that we can show off because it's cool and it has nice handling. So yeah, Six is putting it through its paces.
And of course, Rosalind is like, this is her, she needs this level of um how do I put it, this level of expense, to show off that her, her singing ability. And a performer of her status needs to have luxury.
Exactly. It's all about perception. And
Ex-
the richer and more successful you seem to look, the richer and more successful people will treat you. And it'll open so many more doors than if we traveled in any other inky ship.
and the fact that the imperial officer that you've commandeered, liberated, borrowed, whatever term you like to use, hasn't reported you yet, might be a sign that, you know what, you kind of got away with this a little bit, because the humility or the embarrassment of losing such a ship might be a little bit more than he wants to admit. You're doing
It's
pretty
not
good. You don't have the
it's not the
Imperials
fault
searching for you.
it's not the fault of the sun for stealing Icarus's wings for flying too close.
Exactly. And as you fly in, and Deep River Drop, it is inside of a mountain. So this huge
Nice.
mountain range is in for those that are for the players in Roll 20, you're going to see the picture. As this huge opening is where several landing uh, pads are. There's buildings within buildings in this location, and there's within the mountain. You've got a river that kind of comes right up to it, and then there's a cliff that drops, and it's a waterfall that drops down several, like hundreds of meters and feet that kind of goes down. And there's a water, and then there's within this large cavern, there's several landing pads, and then in the mountain itself, on the you've got different um stores and different cantinas, and then there's passageways within the mountain that opens up to several other types of towns and different things. You've got your blue collar workers, you've got your other docks at other locations that are more secure. You do know that this particular Shadowport is run by Vorgus the Hutt, which so happens that Vorgus is the one that's contracting you to do this little job that he wants. And so with that, you fly in, you land. And the other thing to notice is that with that falls, the waterfalls, there are caves within them. So even under there, you can see skiffs going through the water and going through tunnels out this area. So even under this mountain range, there is a whole bunch of tunnels and things of that nature all around. And people kind of move around in different locations and find different things. It's a very networked mountain and active, very active for Shadowport. And we pick up as the ship, this yacht lands at its, and as you're waiting for the representative to make contact, as you're sitting in this wonderfully luxurious lounge, as the cookbot is making up some hors d'oeuvres for you from the ship, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll have an Alderani lemon drop, please. Make that 3.
He's waves you over and he's like, "Yep, mm-hmm."
Now, what's the name of this contact we're waiting for?
You know it's a representative of Vorgus the Hutt. You're not exactly sure who the contact is. Probably one of his assistants of some sort.
Does anybody have any idea what he might be wanting us to locate for him? Any scuttlebutt?
Um, Something valuable. I mean, these huts always have something up their storage units.
Let's just hope
I'm
it's
I'm
something.
sorry. I'm sorry. Did you say something? I'm sorry. And Six is listening to her music, just bobbing her head.
Yes, Six. The adults are talking. If you'd like to join us,
Oh, okay.
I was just wondering if you'd heard anything about what this hut may be wanting us to retrieve for them.
I
Anything?
don't hear anything.
Send it to her as a message. She's more likely to respond.
Too true. Too true.
Just pull out a little communicator and be like, "Have you heard about butts with the hut?" And
He looks at her data pad. No, no, I haven't.
Well, there's that. Artie, have you got the chance to listen to that new music I found for you?
Ah, okay. This is yeah. No. Localization initiated. Yes, Rosalind, I have. It was interesting.
Yes, I didn't think that Gamorreans could make those kinds of noises with their mouths.
I I hope they're their mouths.
As do I. I didn't look too closely to be certain. Um, yes.
Whatever it is that we're supposed to be picking up, the money is good, and we're here anyway.
See, that's the thinking, right? Keep it simple. Don't ask questions. You don't get answers that you don't want to hear.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
what we think is valuable, who knows with a hut, right? Like we could be picking up something that's not worth anything, but they think it's good.
I suppose in that case, it's more likely for us to actually return it. Not that we want to take anything from a hut. I wouldn't want that having hanging above our heads on top of everything else.
What is the difference between taking from a hut and taking from an Imperial officer?
The hut never misses.
She's right, though. A hut will kill you.
That is fair.
What do we know about uh, Borgus the Hut? What kind of reputation does he have?
So right now, Vorgus is what you know is he runs this Shadowport with a pretty firm hand. He's most of the stuff is that he is in charge of several of the docks. There's a ship modification yard here as well. So a lot of ships come in, get modifications, some restricted modifications. So there's a lot of stuff on the other side of the mountain that kind of goes in there. But when it comes to the town and the workers and things of that nature, he doesn't deal too much with them and kind of lets them go. There is also um you've heard that there is a union that of workers that he has to deal with on a regular um and a not a syndicate, but it's kind of a there's several different syndicates here, but Orgus is kind of part of a syndicate that kind of owns this one. So it's not he's affiliated with the Huts, but he's also kind of affiliated with a syndicate too. So it's a little bit of combination. But it's kind of like I said, he runs the overall, but then when it comes to the workers and things like that, there's a union that he has to always work with. And you're pretty sure that that's a very tense negotiation line that always kind of comes in. But he has been known to uh yeah, he doesn't take he takes things personally.
Good note. Good note.
What kind of law enforcement is here? And I use the word law loosely.
Uh, More or less, there is a few militia that the hut kind of the Shadowport has, but it's not as security. It's kind of if something happens, they'll kind of it's kind of internal that they kind of deal with. But if it's something major that happens, then they'll kind of come in and take care of it. And since there's a lot of smugglers that come in here, bounty hunters, I mean, you have underworld types that come here their modification. So they kind of know that you don't make waves too much because they'll figure out who it is. And then eventually when they leave, there's always something like they can't come back. They get blacklisted.
Got it.
And as you're talking, suddenly kind of a proximity alarm goes up and you hear this knock, knock, knock on your uh, ramp door that's up.
I'm assuming the ship has some kind of camera pointing at the gangway so we can see
Mhm.
who's knocking at the.
Yep. And there's a red protocol droid. So purple stripe over his eyes. And you're pretty sure that you know that's the representative for Vorgus.
Oh, lovely.
Six hops up and goes over to the I guess the gangplank or whatever and presses it and come on in.
Oh, thank you. And he's kind of makes his way up a little bit and kind of comes in and looks around and he's like, "Hello, um, good morning, good after. Uh, I am
It's been
CP.
a long day.
Oh, um, okay. Um, when, yes, I am CP 73. I am August the Hutt's representative. We're and he's kind of searching for something momentarily, as he's kind of looking around and he realizes that he might have misplaced he's trying to find his hollow emitter. Um and so because the GM is can't find some information that okay, there we go. Yep.
You
All right.
drop something, bud?
There we go. So he goes, yes, good evening, Stu. Um, uh, I've been sent here to get you. May I come aboard? And he's like, yes. And he's like, my master, the illustrious Borgos the Hut bids you welcome. He kind of puts over this um hollow emitter, and suddenly this hut appears in the image. And you hear this hut talking in Huttese. Umbachawana una udapawa utawa. My master says he requires you to quietly retrieve some cargo and a hovercraft that someone stole from the docks. This occurred 2 days ago at my master's southern dock while it was being unloaded. The hovercraft and cargo on it was stolen and flown deep into the caves below.
Is Six paying attention while this is going on?
Yes, it's
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
and the hut's like ucha uncha pawana ona ona uga cha atu. My master would like you to find the person and find the ship and return it. Specifically, the cargo is most important. Preferably, the capture the thief alive so my master can introduce the penalty of theft personally.
Yeah,
Does the payout change if they're not alive?
Um, and you hear the hut go oomba and goes down. Oh yes, and he puts the pay does not necessarily change, but there will be a bonus if you are able to get all three of the items. Prioritize the cargo is the most important. The next is the thief who stole it. Alive is preferred. Dead might be as less of a bonus. And then the hovercraft. If you can retrieve that, there will be a substantial bonus to the payment that we've already established.
What type of hovercraft is it?
It's a normal skiff, standard open skiff,
No
Anything we need
modifications
to-
yet.
no modifications.
Yet.
Anything we need to know about the cargo? Is it explosive, poisonous,
Oh, it
acidic?
was in 3 green crates.
Three
Standard
green
crates.
crates.
Yes. The contents are quite valuable.
Do they need oxygen?
No,
How many people know that these green crates are out there?
that is why we have hired you. We would like to keep this quiet. My master has requested outside assistance to keep this matter, as I said, quiet. Please be discreet in your inquiries. Once you
that,
have
Six?
my master's desired products, you can contact me with this com link as he hands it over. We would prefer that you keep a relatively low profile so that we don't embarrass. Once you find the product, the cargo and theft or thief, you can contact me and I will give you instructions on where to meet at a private dock.
Do they
Seems
have to
simple
stay in? Do they have to stay in the green crates?
Yes.
Do they
The
have to be green?
items are in the green crates that we are looking for, the cargo.
I know, but what if we decide to put it in a
She
different
wants to
colored
spray
crate?
paint your boxes.
I'd prefer that not, that they stay in the crates. That would be part of the bonus.
She does.
They
She wants
still-
to spray paint the boxes too.
They can be camouflage. That way people don't know we have your green crates.
Camouflage boxes are noticeable, Six.
Only if you use bright colors.
Yes, and the top works just as well and is not permanent.
Fine.
Look, we'll find
You
you
can
something you can
paint
spray
the
paint
door to
later.
my room.
I'm already going to do that. Don't worry about that. I mean, okay,
I'm letting you do it.
okay.
Do you have any other questions I might be able to help you?
How many other people have you hired to retrieve this?
You are the only ones so far. And hopefully, I've been told through informational broker networks that you are quite capable of such endeavors. Roslyn, is it?
Yes. Delighted
Yes,
to make your acquaintance.
it is. Vogus the Hut would like to extend his appreciation for uh your friend. What was his name again? Um, oh, Ego, I believe was his name.
Oh, I was unaware they were acquainted.
That is one of the reasons why we were intrigued that you were able. At which point, Rosalind, you know that Ego might have some it got into trouble with this particular hut, and that sinking feeling in your stomach of like, I've got to do this job well because if I don't, this might come back to hurt Ego.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly that stress of making sure that the job, your obligation kicked in with
Oh, lovely.
with your debt to Igo. So your strain threshold has gone down by 2. And over the
Cute.
course of the next episode, everyone else's strain goes down by 1 because you're kind of making some people a little bit nervous about how nervous you are about the situation.
So my current strain is 1 now?
It's 1 less.
Is 1 less.
Yeah, so if you have remember in Star Wars you start at 0 and you go up on your strain.
Mhm.
And when you hit that if you go exceed your threshold, then you go unconscious. So if you have a threshold currently at 13, your threshold is now 12. Now, if you just put a 1 in there, that's one way of doing it, and you just know that it's going to be permanently at 1 until the end of the episode. At the end of this episode.
Right. Any information on the thief?
Um,
Known affiliations, known organizations, what they look like, any sort of friends and allies we could leverage.
um,
Motive for stealing this? Any information, really.
um, no. Um, oh, well, we just got apologies, everyone. We have a technical difficulty with our
Oh,
uh um
that's
The
yeah. That's
subtitles?
why I offered to host the meet because you need to have like a business account, like a full like a paid account
oh,
to have a group meeting longer than 40 minutes.
got it. Well, we have
So
learned
here,
something very important in our first episode of technical difficulties. Um,
It's so the captions might not work for the rest of this episode, and we can fix
well,
that later.
yeah,
Fix it in post since we're live right now.
yeah.
something that we will definitely work in for our next episode and moving forward. And when we go to break, we'll kind of play with that a little bit as well. Um, so as CP is the representative, it's like again, and he kind of holds over a data pad of the only information we have. We got very sketchy cameras, and he shows you that there's a video, a very bad looking video of the situation of the theft. Um, and it basically sees someone in kind of dung, walking and kind of blurred a little bit. You see the skiff, and that's
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Violet, are
Island
you all
down.
right?
are you okay?
Yeah.
She got floored. She was like, I
She
know
was so
that
shocked
person.
by the video.
Right.
I didn't think you'd catch me.
Oh
um,
no.
while Lily is
momentarily,
no
yeah.
problem, no problem. We can still hear you, so we're good. Uh, so basically, you know what? We're gonna do a quick break. Let's go do a quick break. Let's regroup. And everyone, thank you for your patience. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and we are back. We've beaten those pesky tech gremlins down, and appears that we have, you know, conquered them. But you know what? This is episode one, and as Joey said, just like episode one of Star Wars, there's technical difficulty. I think something along those lines. I misrepresented
I
that
think it was
comment.
episode 1 was a mess.
Well, a mess. There you go. Yes. As our episode one is a little bit of a mess because of things, but you know what? That's okay. We are here to have fun and we are back. We're all good. So, as we pick up, you've just given your job, you've been given a little bit of a video, and CP is like, is there anything else I can help you with?
For clarity on the video,
Yes.
so you said it was a grainy video. They were young, walking, caught the full theft. Can we discern what like ethnicity they are, what
Species.
race they are?
Not based
Yeah.
off the video that you have. There's several
Any
possibilities you
identifying
might.
marks like tattoos, stripes,
Not
spots,
yet. Unless you clear up the
horns?
video
And
or get
yeah,
another
that's
source of the video, you might be able to.
I was gonna ask if I could like put it into the computer and see if I can try to clean it up.
Get some AI
Yes.
enhancement on it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you can, because that's what a slicer does. And
Come on, zoom in, enhance.
zoom in and enhance. And as CP goes, then I will leave it to you. When you have completed your assignment, please let me know, and I will instruct you on where to go.
You'll be the first to know.
Excellent. And he kind of walks down the ramp and walks out. And so as we embark upon our first roll of the game,
Boy.
um, Maddie, you're going to be using your slicing skill, which is a computer skill. Um, and you know what? As a GM, and this is episode one, there is one thing we forgot to do, and that is called Destiny
Roll
Pool.
The
destiny.
destiny
Mm.
roll.
So I need everyone in your roll 20 to go over to your character sheet where it says Destiny Pool, and you're going to see it says Roll Destiny. Go ahead and click that button. We're going to see what kind of force we're going to have tonight. Ooh.
Mm.
Oh,
No.
yes.
Oh
All right.
no.
Oh,
Oh,
You
yes.
guys are welcome. All right.
cool. Tight.
Wait,
Oh,
I
one of
somehow
the
rolled twice and
yeah, I
they
was
were
gonna
still
say,
both
Lily
dark
rolled
side.
twice.
Okay, so I will adjust that down. So we are at 4 dark side and 2 light side.
At the
Good.
moment, I was like, wait, who's the 6th player?
Right.
Yeah. Um, so with that, Maddie, so one of the other things, players, remember, as we set the dice pool up, before you roll your skill or weapon or whatever, you have to wait for the immortal words that I say. The dice are. Once you hear those words, hence merch prop,
Okay.
then you go ahead and roll. So you're going to be using your computer skill, Maddie. And
Yeah.
so this is you've got it's because it's grainy, because it's kind of hard. You've got it's only going to be an average check, but it's going to be upgraded for 1 red, 1 purple, and 1 black setback die. Is there anything else that you have that you as you are putting this modifying this, any dice rolls that you additions or boosts or anything
Ye-
else?
Yeah, let me see what I've got. The oh. Um yeah, I know.
I think it's
Um,
because it
Uh,
when you do
if you have features that enhance stuff, you have to go to the combat tab on your character sheet.
oh, combat tab.
yep,
Okay.
combat
Yeah,
tab
it's
and
it's formatted oddly, but
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. Oh wait. No.
no, it doesn't reduce. It only
And
reduces the time and when stuff. So the
yeah.
dice are set unless you want to use a light side to upgrade. But
And Artie, would you be willing to accept Six's unskilled help with this?
and how does his unskilled help sound like?
Oh, she'd be sitting there like, oh no, don't do that. Oh, maybe. Hey, what if you did this? Oh, I'm really good with computers. I think we can do this. And then like you hit the button over here, and then oh, I don't like that. Maybe we should back up. Whatever you do, don't delete it though, because I think that'd be bad. So let's see if we can do it like this. And yeah, she's just talking.
6. May I stun you?
Uh, um, no.
Very well.
I'm giving you a boost, even though I should also give you a setback for it being positive and negative. But I'm only going to give you the aid because I'm not that evil of a GM just yet. So
So how do I add the additional dice to the roll?
you don't have to.
He'll
I will
do
take
it.
care of it.
Oh,
So I've got
okay,
all the
cool.
negative dice, and I will add all the upgrade dice and the boost dice that we do. So all you need to do is go to your computer skill, go over to the right where you see that little
Uh-huh.
dice, and
Yeah,
then when you are ready, the dice pool
just
is
click
set.
it.
Click
Okay.
it.
All right.
All right.
Ooh.
That is 4 successes
Nice.
and 1 advantage. That is a very good roll. And as for those who are watching, a success, you only need 1 success to actually do something, to succeed at what you're doing. More successes mean you're very well. Advantages kind of help you with. So as you kind of put it through, you're like, yeah, upgrade the image, you put it through several of the filters, and it does not take you that much time at. And what you see from the computer camera is it shows a young man, a young human, possibly a gang member in his late teens, jumping onto the hovercraft. So he's like walking. You see two of the dock workers kind of get off the hovercraft. And you see this kid walking around, kind of looking around, walk past the skiff, turn around, walk past the skiff again, look, kind of do the rubbernecking, run and jump onto the skiff and goes kind of into it. Um, and that you see that he's wearing something on a logo on the back of his shirt.
Can we enhance that image?
With the advantage and the number of successes, yes. It says point and shoot. Kind of got a symbol on it, and it's got a little like plaster mark that kind of goes through it. It's a point and shoot. If
Um,
everyone, yes, go ahead.
RT will immediately turn his head to look right at Hezra. Are you familiar with this?
About to find out mechanically.
Mhm.
If anyone would like to make a streetwise, yeah, because which brings up the
Oh,
question: who has been to this Shadowport before? Have most of you been here at least once before?
Ezra probably has at this
Okay.
point.
I would say RT probably has as well.
Okay.
Question,
Yeah.
because my expert tracker ability
Mhm.
removes a black setback die with checks to find tracks or track targets. Would this fall under that
No, it
category?
wouldn't
Okay.
because it's not
But it'll fall
actually
under the
what
next part. That's why.
most likely. Um, I'm gonna say it's just an average check, so it's gonna be 2 purple dice. The dice are set in roll 20. So whenever you are ready, go roll your streetwise.
Is everyone able to roll this, or are we just having one person
Everyone
roll it?
can roll it. Yes.
Oh,
Anyone
okay.
who wants to, yeah.
And
Anyone who wants to.
hmm,
So Ezra,
Yep.
you got 2 successes and 2 threats. Sticks, you have a failure but 2 advantages. So you're not familiar with this, but with those advantages, there's some information that might come up. Rosalind, you have 2 advantages. You haven't heard of this place, but you're gonna kind of have that same. Once somebody mentions it, you're like, oh yeah. And then Violin, right? Yeah. Uh,
mhm.
you have 2 successes and 2 threats as well.
The medic and the mercenary.
And basically, you know that this is a cantina located in the kind of the blue collar district. And it's where all the hard worker, the main
Can I
blue collars
suggest
work.
something for
It's
Hezra's threats?
what's that? The threats are
Can
the
I
fact.
suggest?
Yes, please suggest.
Hezra's been kicked out several times from this cantina for starting fights.
You've been kicked out once. Yeah.
Okay, once. I'll take once.
You've been kicked out once because you went there and you kind of caused a little bit of trouble because the locals were, because it's a local bar. It's one of those local cantinas where all the locals kind of go and have, and you weren't a local, but you wanted to try it out and you got into a kind of a piss match.
Scuffle. A scuffle.
Scuffle.
A
Yeah.
scuffle.
It's you only get to beat the shit out of the bartender once.
Yes. Viola, what was the reason for your were
Um,
you kicked out or is it something else?
I hmm. I mean, violin has been part of like a rebel cell in her past, and maybe someone recognizes her from something that she's done before that was part of a rebel like mission.
Okay. So you went to the bar or that area and
Hmm.
someone that was a rebel recognized you there. So there may be, and it could be, it's not necessarily a rebel bar or cantina. It's just that somebody,
Right.
one of the locals happens to be connected to that cell.
Somehow,
And
yes.
so it's worrying you that you don't want to be necessarily seen again.
Right.
And when they mention that, the rest of you who had the advantages, you know that this, again, is a local bar, a local cantina, and you remember that there are several street gangs that kind of have territories in different locations within the locals and within the different uh, Shadowport. But here's the catch: they don't have any power. They're really small, and it's just kind of territorial amongst themselves. They just kind of maybe have some scuffles and things like that with themselves, and they claim territories amongst themselves, but they don't get involved with the big picture. And they try not to make waves with the huts and specifically like anyone else and you know that the main syndicate just tolerates them because they don't make waves. And you pick that up is that this probably is in one of those territories. Which one you're not sure, but you could potentially figure that out. That it's probably in one of those territories in the that local area. The other thing is, it's probably about a 20-minute walk from where you're at through the caverns into that local like area. So about 20-30 minute walk. So it's not too far away, but it goes into the mountain of the
Would
Shadowport.
it be reasonable to make the assumption that, or is it common? That's what I'm trying to say. Is it common for someone to hire these small street gangs to do their own dirty work for them? Like, so because you mentioned that they don't typically get involved in hut business.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that this one did, does it seem like they're being paid by someone else? This is outside of their normal MO. Is that feasible?
Possibly,
Never
but
underestimate the ability of a teenager to be stupid as well.
so there
are
is
you saying exactly?
there's a possibility, but a lot of them generally don't because there's so many other smugglers and things of that nature in the area that you want a competent person to do it, while the teenagers may not be as competent.
Got it.
Yeah, it's very possible that this kid was trying to make a name for himself, but did so foolishly.
It's also possible he's dumb.
He's
I
cute
mean,
though.
he jacked a little young for me. He jacked a skiff in the middle of a warehouse. He clearly cased it several times. He walked back and forth, kept eyeing it. He might have just thought it was a nice little hot ride to steal for the day, joyride in. But the good news is that logo on the jacket, I've been there. I know the bouncer.
Are you on good terms with the bouncer?
No, but that's fine. I can just cover my face. What are they gonna do? Say, oh, I gotta stop every red eye freak from coming in here?
You know, if you need a makeover, I can help with
I
that.
don't.
Oh,
Six, I assure you we don't have the time.
I know that would take a lot of time to fix.
Fix.
I mean, change.
Ezra, you are right. Teenagers are stupid.
I have a point, don't I?
So I suggest we waste no more time. It seems we have an idea at least where we need to go. Um, is the protocol droid still here?
No, he left.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure we didn't have to deal with him anymore. Not that I have any issue with protocol droids. Um,
I
Is this
do.
is this planet dusty enough to not look weird if I like wrap a scarf around my face where it's like cool,
It
cool.
won't. There are much
Nobody's gonna
more cover.
notice.
No, there. It's just. Yeah,
Awesome.
it's a shadow
It's
port.
time. It's time for the scarf balaclava. Wrap the lower half, wrap the upper half, do a little like turn around the bit, have it tucked in nicely so that no one can just pull it out.
All righty.
You're going with that color. You're going with that color scheme. I think
Yes.
I got some.
We're
Okay, fine.
we're being discreet.
Yeah, I think Violin's going to put on a cloak that has a hood also, considering that she recognizes this place and is like, maybe I should have a little bit of a disguise.
So, as you, like, as you know, you've got a good direction of where you're going to go. You're going to leave the ship, and of course, you can lock the ship up, so no one can get on, because
Oh, it's
stealing
gonna be
ships.
locked.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and as you start making your way down through the port that you're in and stuff like that, um, the GM's going to roll a d5. We're going to do. We're going to find out who has the good luck. Rosalind.
oh, good.
Yes. Uh, So, Rosalind, as the group starts walking out and you start making your way, and there's, crates, and there's a railing with water that you can see, and there's, some cantina and other businesses and some outside cafes and things of that nature. And as you're making your way through this hangar, this public hangar, the small human kind of street urchin in kind of a little dirty clothes with the hat with the goggles on top runs up to you. Oh my god, you're so beautiful. You came off the ship, right? Yeah. Oh my god. Hi, hi, hi. Oh my god. Oh, wait a minute. Are you all smugglers? No, you can't be a smuggler. You're too beautiful to be a smuggler. But is that your ship? Your ship? Right, right, right. That's a really, really fancy ship. That's a nice
I'm
ship. Are you
I'm
guys?
sorry. I'm sorry, kid. We've got a something we're headed to.
Oh,
If you're looking for signatures, you'll have to come back later.
no, no, oh, you're famous? Oh, yeah, yeah. Can I have a signature? Because, my brother's sister's boyfriend got a signature once from someone famous, and he almost got the signature from the emperor. And, the stormtroopers, their armor is like got some
All
air
right.
stuff.
Yes, yes, I understand. You're very excitable. It happens all the time in my presence. It's not a uncommon occurrence. But yes, perhaps at another time when we are less urgently needed somewhere else.
Oh, wow. You have oh, are you going to like a photo shoot or something? And he just follows
Hezra's
you.
gonna start doing the fake bodyguard thing and like put an arm around the shoulder of Rosalind and do the thing like, all right, come on, we're leaving. Like that very gentle, like head down,
Yep.
tucked in, like you're now.
And he is following you behind you, talking nonstop. Now, the best description I can give you is the first Jurassic Park, when the small child was walking with the professor through everything, just constantly talking about things, about reading his book. So this is happening, and he's making all these like, wow, have you flown? That's a beautiful ship, and
Um,
just
is it
nonsense.
possible to whisper? Because we're all five walking together,
Yeah,
right?
you are.
And or rolling for RT. Um, is it possible to say something loud enough for the group without saying it loud enough for the kid to hear?
Possibly.
I was going to sort of start talking with the kid too, since I'm more younger than the rest of the group, and sort of try to distract him. And
Okay.
if I can start to lead him away, and if I need to, I will go with him so you guys can get there without further distraction.
I was gonna say Is everyone ready to start doing some evasive maneuvers? We're gonna start. We're gonna start doing that thing that you do when you're trying to lose a tail.
Yeah, is there, I mean, since she is pretty well versed in this kind of maneuver,
Hmm?
is there any way to tell, like, is this kid a plant? Like, are they trying to distract me so that someone can pickpocket me from the side?
No, this is just
Okay.
a kid that just happens to be on the dock. I'm not going to make you roll because it's pretty. So he's just there, and he saw you, and he is just that energetic urchin that is just that nonstop, you know, bundle of energy, and he just latched onto you, and then as Six comes up, latches onto Stick, and is just nonstop talking.
Yes, and I am going to slowly, like, not walk as fast as the rest of the group, and hopefully keep him focused on me.
Okay.
And that way, I can allow the rest of the group to sort of get ahead, and then and that sort of thing.
Are there any stores or cantinas near us that have like a sort of almost alleyway design where they've got like the front, like they have a lot of them in the Northeast or in like small downtown areas where
Yeah,
they've got like a
I'd
front
say
door
something.
that also has a customer entrance exit on the other side of the building?
Some of them do, yes. Most of them don't, though.
So I'm gonna very quickly try to negotiate for the remaining four of us to duck into one of those and like
Okay,
try to like lose the kid in the crowd while Six is also distracting him.
okay. So yeah, you're splitting up the party. So Six is going to take care of them, and you're going to be able to lose
I mean, she
Stick.
doesn't have to kill him.
I'm not
But
gonna say, but there may
you
have been a
could.
line or veil about children being hurt. So we might be treading on that right now. um,
It's all good. This child is very annoying. Joking.
Sticks. As the rest of the group gets away, what
Yes.
are you going to do, child? That nonstop talking and about everything under the sun.
Um, I'm going to, like, hopefully I can get him to talk about something of interest that he may have away from here. It's like, it's like, oh, oh, you really like this group, this band? Oh, do you have their music somewhere? Oh, maybe you should go get it for me. Things like that to let him, like, yeah, I'll be right back. Trying to get him to to step away for a bit, if I need to.
Okay.
Uh, you know, but
So,
the feign interest in what he's talking about, and hopefully he'll, you know, delve into going to get it because I'm his new bestie.
all right, I like this. Now, because of your ingenious Hezra fan moving away and Sticks taking him, you do not have to roll your discipline to not get angry by this. That is, 'cause this is one of those things where if 15 minutes went by and you didn't do that, your nerves would have been slightly tense. But Sticks, um, I need you to make me either a negotiation, a charm, or and not so much an intimidation.
How
Um,
about deception? Can we, like,
yeah,
sort of get
deception.
him? I'm
Sure.
okay with deception.
All right.
Yes.
I'm giving you 2 boost because of everyone's commitment of splitting the party, you doing what it's just and you spending time with him, definitely doing that. But I am going to be an evil GM. And it was going to be just 2 purple, but I am going to make that 1 purple, 1 red. And you get 2 boosts.
Wonderful.
So the dice
Wonderful.
are set because what could possibly go wrong?
Don't forget knee
Nothing,
boots.
because it's
Of
it's
course.
six. Nothing goes wrong when six does
Don't
something.
don't forget any boost or advantages you have, or boost or like dice.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything for
Oh.
deception.
So
All
I've
my
got it.
stuff is flight or
Yep.
in.
So dice pool is set. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and hit uh that deception.
Okay. Yep, I was just verifying, making sure. But where's my deception?
That's 4
Hey,
successes
there we
and
go.
1
Ooh.
advantage.
wow.
Ooh,
You charm this kid enough to go like, "Oh yeah, great." And he runs off to where the store that he's gonna go get that music. And
Great.
yeah, he's gone. He's nowhere even near the party, and you're gonna be able to catch up to the party. Are you gonna run to catch up to the party, or are you just gonna slowly make your way?
Uh, I'm going to slowly make my way through the crowd. Just I'm subtle, or at least I can be. Um, so in this case, I am not trying to rush there, and if anything, they'll get to the place first, and I can be the backup.
And yeah, you'll arrive maybe 5, 10 minutes after they get.
Great.
Which brings us to the other group. As you're making your way through, and you've lost the trail very much. Styx is done a good job of distracting the kid, and you're making your way. I would like the group that is the four of you that are going to the cantina, not Sticks right away. Actually, Sticks, you're gonna roll this too, because this is eventually going to be eventually you're gonna have. But I need a perception check from everyone. And it's gonna be an average perception check. So it's only gonna be two purple. Um, yeah, we're just gonna be average on this. Whenever the dice are set, so whenever everyone's ready, go ahead and go to your perception and roll me a perception as you're making your way to the cantina. We've got two successes for Hezra, one success and two advantage for Rosalind, one
Wow.
advantage, or excuse me, one success and uh three threat
Uh-huh.
for uh RT, and
Yeah.
then we have three successes for Sticks. This is good. So, oh, and Viola, you got no successes and a threat.
And a threat, yeah.
Okay. Um, you take a strain because as you
Okay.
enter this, you remember what happened last time, and you're like, okay, I'm focused on the cantina and making sure you get to the cantina. Everyone else, RT, you see something, and it's going to make you cringe for a moment as one of these things you see, and you're going to take a setback
Okay.
if there's something you have to do in the next hour, and you
Uh,
don't want and you're in this I don't want to get involved situation, because as all of you are succeed in walking, you get into this area, and it's opened up cave. The buildings are against the this large cave. There's different shops. There's different things as you're kind of walking down the main aisle. There's some alleyways that kind of go behind some of the shops. It doesn't go, and maybe another tunnel to a different location. But as you're walking, there are two things that you specifically notice. Again, it's a little bit dirty. It's kind of like I said, it's your local. It's aged. This has been around for a while. But as you're walking, you see in one of the alleyways you see a guy sitting on the ground, his hands up, going like, "No, no, okay, 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 okay." He's let's say he's human, but standing in front of him is a large gonk, gonk, and you're hearing this gonk, 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 and this gonk droid has like, it looks like he has a hand or like this arm that's attached to the side of it. And there's a vibro knife that has been taped to this hand as he's threatening this human. And hearing gonk. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know where he is. Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you. Gonk, gonk. And you see that as you walk past the alley, that kind of further down in the alley. And it brings back a little bit of a memory of clearly this gong. There's something wrong with this gong, or something's up with this gong that
I was gonna say he seems to be doing just fine.
Bonk droids generally don't do things like this. So clearly there
But
may have been a modification, and it's like
Just
maybe
a
not.
Roomba with a knife taped to the top.
Yeah.
but I'm thinking that vibro knife is probably supercharged since it's on a gonk droid.
So it's assault and battery.
Hey.
Hey, nice.
The other thing that you notice as you get closer to the cantina, about 50 feet away from you, 60 feet away from you, kind of kitty corner to you, like diagonal to you. You see a row of shops, and then there's a an alleyway, and there's a older teenager kind of sitting there. He's got like a vest, kind of a maybe a gang member type looking, or just a kind of a street thug that's kind of standing there, and he's kind of standing there at the corner, just at the corner. And just as you see someone kind of coming up to him and start kind of talking for a second, and then walks away, and then you see that the this you know guy that's kind of standing there sees you get up to the cantina, sees you, and then walks into the alley.
I'm gonna split off from the group and follow that guy at a enough of a distance that it doesn't seem like I'm tailing him.
And he goes into the alley, so you're far enough away that he kind of goes into that alley, and you can cross the street before that. What is the rest of the group doing as Hezra walks across the street, the other side?
I think this is pretty standard operating procedure for Hezra based on our relationship and how we worked. So I think her going off on her own isn't unusual. I think we'll exchange a glance of like, we good?
Yeah, I think Violet definitely notices it and like takes note of which direction Hezra's going in, but also Hezra can take care of herself. So
Yeah, like
she's
Hezra separates from the group in a way where it's like literally like doesn't even let people stop moving to do it.
right.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for Rosalind, she's just gonna go, plan as normal, go into the cantina, make herself known, if for no other reason than to give Hezra a little bit of cover
And then
to get away without an issue.
Which way are you going to go?
I'm following uh Rosalind.
Okay. So we're going to start with the cantina. And like I said, about 5 minutes later, Sticks, you're going to kind of see where Hezra is briefly, depending on what Hezra does. But you're going to know that the rest of the group is went into the cantina. You're going to be able to go to the cantina if you want. And we'll pick up that in just a moment. But as the three of you walk into this cantina, um, the door opens, and a little bit of a dust kind of opens up. The floor is relatively dirty. It's been, like I said, there's years of spilled drinks and just some mopping and stuff like that. It's a little bit, you know, paint's peeled off a little bit. There might be one plaster mark that was there, like it's been there for about 10 years. Um, and then as you walk in, sure, it's a relatively small cantina. You have your standard U-shaped bar and things, got some seats around it, and there's a half a dozen seats that are kind of sitting around that in this. And in that, you actually there's maybe six, maybe seven, probably like three different groups sitting at tables and one person sitting at the bar. And there is a Devorian, so it's a male, kind of horned, sitting in as the bartender. He's a little bit larger, and he's got the aprons on and stuff like that. And the door opens, and there's some music kind of playing, some just kind of just a local, maybe country, maybe some neo country. And as the door opens, a few of the locals kind of turn their head, and it goes a little quiet. Not too quiet, but just a little quiet for a second. What are the three of you doing?
I'm just gonna casually waltz into the bar, waltz up to the bartender, sit down, and order a Corellian whiskey. Let them take it all in first. Let them approach us.
Violin. Violin.
I think Violet has actually sort of taken up the mantle that Hezra was as like a bodyguard looking type person. So just like standing behind Rosalind, arms crossed, hood up, so her face is shadowed.
RT, how about you?
I roll in just um next to the two of them. And I'm scanning the room.
Okay.
Just yeah.
And yeah, basically some of the locals kind of look at you, and then they go back to their conversations, and kind of they kind of see you and go, oh, and then just kind of go, not mind you so much. And the bartender kind of comes up to you and goes, "Oh, Rosalind, you're looking nice, are you not?"
Yeah, I don't own poor clothes.
As he kind of comes up and goes, might be in a wrong place for a beautiful lady like yourself. What can I do for you?
Oh, you're such a charmer. No,
In my day, in my day.
I'm quite comfortable at a place like this.
Cool.
I was hoping to sample some of your best Corellian whiskey.
We've got some, definitely have some of that, but best is a good thing. And he's kind of pouring it and he kind of puts it in front of you. He's kind of looking around. He's like, uh, what can I do for you? Seems to be you're maybe maybe out of place, but there's something I can help you with. Let me know. Is
Oh, cool.
your friend, as she kind of looks at Violin crossing arm, need anything to drink? Water, ale? I guess not. How can I help you then? Anything else?
Yes.
Food?
Perhaps in a bit. You're all right. I'm a bit out of place. I am. Our ship's currently under maintenance, so we're
Oh,
just here killing some time and before it's repaired.
What?
I see. Well, thank you for gracing us with here. We're just a small little cantina. Um, yeah. Uh,
Uh, I'm trying to think how I want to approach this, but I want to start trying to like get on his good side to start getting him to warm up to us
okay.
a bit more. So I want to start, I guess, flirting.
Okay. All right.
So,
Uh,
how long have you been an entrepreneur in this establishment?
it's been many, many years. This is my old man's place. So, second generation here. Locals, we're in here. And you hear from that, oh, and they go, old one eye. And they're like, everyone raises their hand. Cheers, old one eye. And you hear a stamp on there.
Cheers! And I'll shoot the whiskey.
Another one kind of comes up at that. Your droid, does he need anything? We might have a oil
Tell
or
me,
something for him.
Auntie, are you thirsty at all? Make you
Uh,
anything?
RT lets out like a short series of beeps that you would know that he's fine.
Oh, no problem at all. And around just about this time, Sticks, you're coming up to the front door. Um, and we're gonna pause for a second. Ezra, as you cross the street and you get it to the that alley entry, what is Hezra doing? Is she going into the as you look in, you see it goes down several feet and then turns to the right, but you don't see anything. It's just like your average alley that's kind of dirty and stuff like that. What is Hezra going to do? Wait at the alley or go in?
Uh, looking at a quick glance, how deep is the alley? Like, how far
It goes
back
up
does it
like
go?
it goes probably 50 feet and then turns right.
Yeah, go ahead and enter the alley because he's probably already turned the corner by this point.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah, he
following
has.
at a safe distance.
Yes.
So, tailing with purpose, essentially.
Got it. Sticks, as you get close, you don't see Hezra. So you didn't see, you kind of from a distance, you saw her kind of go into the alley. But as you got to get a little bit closer, what is Sticks doing? Is she going into the cantina or is she going to do anything else?
Oh, I don't know why she would be doing that, but she obviously has a purpose for doing it. Yeah. And I believe she's by herself. Yes.
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 Ooh.
You kind of saw the group go into the cantina because you were far enough away that you could see him kind of
Right.
go, and you saw Hezra go into the alley.
All
Ezra
right.
has a wound threshold of 16 and soak of 5. She'll be fine.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not so much worried about that. But I do want to linger outside.
Okay.
And if there's an alleyway, I have an opportune time to colorfully redecorate some of the what's there on the wall.
Okay.
So this way I'm just hanging out, um, you know, doing some art.
Okay. So about 3 stores down, there's another alley that you could go and share some art aspects on the wall.
Yes.
Which would be,
Yes.
like I said, it'll be further down from the alley that Hezra went in on the other side of the street, but definitely.
Okay.
Um, Hezra, as you walk down the street, this alley, um, we're gonna need we're gonna need a little bit of a perception check.
Huh?
The dice
And
is
since I'm tailing this guy, do I get any
yes.
cool, cool, cool.
So you reduce a black setback.
Yep. Expert tracker, remove one black setback dice per rank of expert tracker. And
Got
I have one rank of it.
Okay. And I reduced so it's gonna be one black setback and uh two purple dice. And the dice pool set.
Can I make an argument for this being survival instead of perception? Since it's tailing.
Sure, why not?
All right.
4 successes and a threat. So as you kind of get there, you realize as your survival looking, this is a dead end. So you turn right, and just as you're getting to that turn, you realize as you're looking up and where the buildings are, this is going to turn into a dead end. But you notice that the structure is like 2 stories tall, and there is a roof access. You can there's space between the roof and the top of the mountain or the cave. There's a you could be somebody could be on top of uh the roofs, and you actually hear some noise up there, and you think there's someone up on top of the roofs as well. As you turn the
How,
corner,
how close are the walls together? And is there like any windows that I can Assassin's Creed my way up to the?
you could, but as you turn the corner, I will describe for you what you see, and then you can decide what you want to do.
Sure.
About 60 feet down, the wall kind of the alley stops, and there's a couch there, and you see uh, the humanoid that you saw sitting with the jacket, sitting there with a necklace around his neck, kind of in that um, thug, like that street thuggish, you know, late teens, sitting on early
Being as
20s.
cool as he can for a
Exactly,
19-year-old.
sitting on the couch, and it seems like this is a makeshift thing, as you can hear some noises on both sides. So the alley kind of goes in, and the structure is like 2 stories on both sides, and you can there's some movement going up on top. And if
Okay.
you want, you could parkour to one top, but you definitely see the person that's in front of you.
No, because he's already made me, which means I should just go ahead and walk up to him.
Okay.
So going ahead and walking up to him. All right then. So you come here often?
This is her place.
Oh, so you got friends, yeah?
And that's when you hear the kind of movements, and you see 2 guys, 2 younger street thugs, and one of them is carrying like he's got his hands on a net, and the other one
Oh,
has kind of
cute.
got something else in his hands, and they're just kind of like waiting to get um like this. And as you get a little bit closer, you realize he's a Twi'lek male. He's got pale orange skin, younger. He's got, like I said, this vest that's on. He's got a necklace on with what looks like a whistle or something that's
And that's a
dangling from
rope
it.
net, right?
What's that?
It's a rope net, just standard fabric, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
I'll
he's
just
just
go
kind of
ahead and
sitting
summon.
there,
I'll
and
just go ahead
he
and summon my vibro machete. I'm not trying to threaten you, but if you're going to have your boys, and it's like shaking the machete like a very like you're going to have your boys try and capture me with a net. I'm just going to let you know that's not going to.
"Hmm, we've got a tough girl here. Uh,
Would say.
yeah. seem and you sense he is trying to be tough.
Oh, yeah.
Let me know when you want to roll the coercion.
Right. I'm not after you. I just want some more information on your friend that lifted a hovercraft from my employer's warehouse the other day.
I have a friend that lifted a hovercraft.
You're not good at lying.
Would you like to roll your coercion?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm giving you a boost because that was excellent RP role playing. I'm upgrading it because you brandished your vibro machete. And this is going to be, yeah, this is not going to be too difficult. I'm looking at
You got a a skilled mercenary threatening a child, effectively.
it's
Like he's 19, but it's
it's
basically still.
it's an average check because of what you've done, and I've lowered it because yeah, this is just he's outmatched and he realizes he's outmatched and he's trying to do the best. So the dice pool is set. So whenever you are ready, let's see Ezra's coercion.
Well, it's not a failure.
Not failure, it's one success. And he kind of looks at you and goes, yeah, yeah, and kind of waves him off a little bit. And he's like, so what yeah? He's not part of our gang, the kid that you're referring
It's fine. Not after your gang, just after the kid.
to. The kid, huh? Uh
I mean, he was a teenager. It's a kid.
so you're after Bets Be Gone, huh?
That's be gone. Yeah.
Bets Be Gone is his name. So
Is that his
uh
actual name or is that a nickname you've given him to make fun of him?
well, that's his actual name. He is a punk. He thinks he can weasel his way into our good graces of our leader, thinking that that hovercraft is his initiation into our imposing
That was a very dumb idea.
group. Why would you say that?
Do you know who owns the covercraft?
No, we don't care, do we?
I think you care.
Really?
Yeah. You heard of what is it, Bargus?
Borges.
You heard of Borgus, right?
Oh, he stole it from Borges?
Which means if you
Oh,
have it, you stole it from Borgus.
oh,
I'm
oh,
not
oh, I
looking
didn't
to
steal
start
anything.
trouble.
That kid
No, no,
stole
no.
it.
I'm saying if you have it.
Oh, yeah. The leader probably doesn't want that. He's trying to impress a girl. Um, yeah.
Oh, we love a
You
girl. We love a girl boss moment.
yeah. Um, by all means, it's all at the um it's at the hideout. So
You know where Bets Be Gone spends his time other than point and shoot.
well, I guess he used to work there or something, or was friends with the but no, he hangs out at our hideout. Down in the caverns, past Dead Man's Pond.
Perfect. Thank you for your cooperation.
No worries. Thank you for not slitting my throat. And oh, by
Drinks
the
on me
way,
next time.
please hurt Bets Be Gone as you leave. The kid needs
Noted.
it. I'm looking forward to hearing that. Oh, yeah, he's got it coming to him.
You have a good day now and keep yourselves out of trouble.
Sounds good.
And I'll just leave.
Okay. And as you're
I
walking,
have what I needed.
as you're walking out, we pick up back in the cantina. And as this conversation is going and things of that nature, what else does Rosalind and Violin, sorry, the GM will get names down at least before the series is over. um, what else are you chatting with or trying to get?
Yeah, so now that I've kind of got him talking,
Hmm?
I want to bring up so I couldn't help but overhear a bit of gossip in the street on the way here, and it seems that there was a recent theft from Certain hut. You know anything about that?
Never heard
Have you heard
anything.
anything?
Someone stole from the hut? Oh, that's dumb.
Yes, yes. And some kid, some punk kid is there want to do. And I give a brief description of who we saw in the video.
Short hair, but and suddenly you kind of get this. The kid took it. You say
That's what I've heard.
that's not good at all, is it?
Stealing from a hut is never good, from what I understand.
Yeah, yeah, huh? Yeah. So, what's your involvement in all of this?
Oh, just idle gossip. I would love to make sure that he remains safe.
Oh, you are now. You don't
Oh,
look like the
I'm a good
bounty hunting
Samaritan.
type. She
No,
does, and he does, but or they do, but potentially. But you don't look
well,
like the bounty hunting type.
that's good because I'm not a bounty hunter.
Oh, okay.
I'm a good Samaritan, a philanthropist.
I see.
I hate to see a kid getting over his head because he did something reckless.
Very, very true. And about this
So,
time, Sticks, you walk in, or actually, you walk into the cantina.
Okay.
so you wouldn't happen to know anything about this kid, would you?
Uh, why would you ask if I knew anything about that?
Well, a man such as yourself in such an establishment, I'm sure he has many things.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything specific about this. I'm not sure if I can help you, but in
Is there someone here who might be able to? Hmm?
sure, locals are kind of themselves most of the time. But that kid, kind of, how much trouble is he in? Would you say?
Well, one steals from the huts. One's in quite a bit of trouble, I would think. Cute.
Uh, and you're here as a good Samaritan to uh, return him safely.
I just want to make sure that he doesn't get in any more trouble.
Oh, how do you want to roll on this one? What is your goal? Are you trying to
Yeah.
charm,
Yeah,
negotiate?
I'm trying to charm, if for no other reason, charm leading into a negotiate, possibly. I want to get him on my side and believing, or maybe it's deception. Um, I'm trying to get him to open up about what he may know and possibly have him set up as a contact later on.
Okay. Um, Based on the RP giving you a boost, based on the individuals around you being menacing but supportive, you're getting a boost.
Okay.
He is reluctant to give you any information, and so it's going to be a hard roll. Two purple, one red, and a setback because again, it's he's trying to hold back a little bit, but the dice pool is set. Do you want to upgrade at all or anything like that?
No, I think I'm just gonna go over my talents and abilities real quick to make sure I'm not missing anything. Um, can spend to try out. Okay, smooth talker. Um, yes, I think we are. I think we're good.
Okay,
I think we're good.
because you have
Let's
three
make
and
that roll.
three. Right now, there's three light side, three dark side. So, and they're there to be used.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
light side, dark side, we end up doing like new ones every session. So just
Right.
Yeah.
So you might as well.
might as well. Let's do it. Let's
All right.
flip.
So then go ahead and in your character sheet, push use dark or use light side. Sorry, I used the dark. You use the light side. I
Yep,
use
using
light
light
side.
side.
And then it will pop up. Um, so yeah, hit that
Did it?
under
Roll.
Destiny pull to the left. It just says or I'm sorry, in between the light and dark, it says you light side.
I thought
Just
I did. Did it not go through? Okay,
no,
let's
it
try it again.
didn't.
No.
Try it again.
Weird.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm clicking
Let me,
it.
s- let me
Alright.
see if
Click
I
it.
can flip
I
it.
can click it from my side, see if it works.
There we go.
Yeah,
Ezra
I was
worked.
able
So
to flip
I'll
it for
I'll
you.
Okay.
verify. So the dice pool is set. I've upgraded, so we're good to go. So the dice pool is set. Go ahead and roll your deception rate
I'm
or
open to
charm.
deception or charm. Let's go with charm. Let's
Either
go with
one.
charm.
Either one's good. Because here at the Emporium in our Star Wars games, we like to, skills aren't focused. It's they're broad. We want to use all our skills. So go ahead. Let's see what you got.
I thought I hit it. Is it not? Nothing happening?
You know what? There
Oh
might
wow,
Oh, no.
it
Oh,
just
there's your
it,
Oh,
there's your
it's yeah. Roll
there's a
20 was a
delay.
bit slow.
We love that.
okay. You might need to refresh your roll 20.
Yeah, it happens sometimes with roll 20. Let's try.
Yeah. And then once you refresh, go ahead and hit your charm again. See how it comes up.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I gotta go back and pull my character sheet back up.
And you'll need to flip a dark side
Yep,
point
I've
back
already
to you.
taken. I took care of it. I took
Did
care
you?
of it. Yep, I've got the
Okay.
power. Dun dun dun. I've got the
There we
power.
go. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And we're doing charm. Let's go charm.
Holy hands of
Wow.
Barbara! That's
Whoa.
6 successes and 3
Jesus.
advantages.
That's amazing.
Wow.
My character was built to do this.
Yeah. So the bartender's like, all right. As a good Samaritan, what I can share with you is Let's Be Gone is he's a good kid. Honestly, he's a really, really good kid. He's made some poor choices. He's I've been helping him out over the last few years, kind of help, get him back on track and tried to mentor him as best we can. But he's been kind of in a bad crowd lately, trying to impress some girl. Uh, he's been with the Whistlers. They're kind of a local group gang around here. They He's stolen something from the huts. I really, really would appreciate it if you kind of help him out and just make sure he's not that he doesn't get in too deep. Can you help out with that? Can you kind of you know make sure he doesn't get bad and I can tell you that where the hideout is. We might be staying. I've heard.
Yes, I can certainly try. Of course, yes, be wanting to change himself. One cannot change when he doesn't want to change. But any information you can provide, this hideout location would be quite useful, I think.
So the Whistlers, which is a kind of the local kids gang in the area, they've got a hideout that they in some ruins past Dead Man's Pond. Um, a skiff kind of brings, and he kind of gives you a landmark, like directions. Takes about 30 minutes, and he's like, when you get to this fork, you turn right. When you get to that fork with the large, you're gonna see the drainage pipe up there. You take the center, the one that's veering to the left a little bit, and that'll get you to the entrance of the Dead Man's Pond and the lake. On the other side, there's an entrance that then from there that's where the ruins are. That's pretty much where the hideout is.
To know. Well, I suppose we better get there now before he gets himself into more trouble. What can you tell us about this girl he's interested in?
Not much at all. I think some hottie that he fell for, but I really would. Yeah, he's a good kid. He really is a good kid. I'd hate for anything really bad to happen to him because like I said, and if you can help him out, I'd be greatly appreciated. Yeah.
Well, one can certainly try. Hopefully, this entanglement with the huts does not impact his future.
I would appreciate any assistance to make sure that it doesn't happen too bad. So,
Well, then I suppose we best be on our way.
all right. And he gives uh, a a shot, and he's like, for the road.
We're going to need it. Downs it.
All right.
Slams it, not delicately, but like slams
Mm.
it sturdily on the bar and waltzes out,
As
kind of whispering, or whispering to Waylon and RT. It'll never be easy, can it?
We better find him.
All the hot stew, yes.
and Styx, you're there as the four of you exit the cantina. You see Hezra walking out of the alley across the street.
I assume that things went well.
Yeah. So the kid is apparently at some hideout down the way. Or at least that's where he usually hangs out, and so is the stuff.
Good. Yes,
Right.
I learned quite a bit about this. That's Egon.
Yep, that's the name I got to.
Good. At least our information's correct.
Yeah, he used to apparently work for this place.
Oh, well, yes, it does seem so.
Mhm.
The bartender has taken quite a liking to him and has assured me that he is a good kid who may have fallen in with a bad crowd.
Uh, Six, where have you been? I thought you were gonna just meet up with us here, but
I'm here.
I mean, you should have been here like probably what 5-10 minutes ago.
I took a long way around.
Can I smell the air and see if I can pick up the smell of recently sprayed spray paint?
What do you want? What? Now, hey, just
She's-
I
She's
am
actually
not
got,
gonna
like,
make
spray
a
paint
roll
on her
on this, but
fingernails.
yes, you as you're walking, you are going to
Mhm.
realize that there is a how shall I put it, a canvas.
Recently tagged wall.
Yes, a
Hmm.
recently canvassed wall.
What did you put on there, Six?
uh, not that I did it, but I saw someone write on their credits on the dash, and then they have like a little cute little emoji of credits of an imperial credits underneath that. So
Sure.
Well,
Good
you've
enough.
done worse.
Okay.
I had to let people know I'm here.
You don't actually.
Yes. It's actually usually better if people don't know where you are.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep a low profile because we're in the middle of doing something that we want to keep low profile.
It's okay. It's nothing.
Anyway,
Let's go
Okay.
find this kid.
yep. I got directions from the other kid about where he is. Don't worry, the kid's fine, and so are his little friends.
Well, I assumed when I didn't see any viscera.
I don't kill at random.
Right. I just am
Roy's,
glad they
Roy's.
didn't make themselves not random.
I've never killed a droid at random. Ezra has only killed a droid if it shot at her first.
Very true. So you know that you would probably have to rent a skiff to be able to go through the tunnels and the tunneling system to get to where you want to go. There's a few different shops in the all around, but there's rental for speeder bikes, skiffs, things of that nature. It's pretty common around the docks in different locations. What would you like to do?
I mean, yeah, I
Oh,
mean, renting.
We got to get one.
skiff.
We got to get one.
Right.
Ideally,
And
something relatively quiet. I don't necessarily like. I'm already concerned that this bartender may be alerting Bets Be Gone that we're on our way, but
Right.
Really, based on that roll, they're hoping that you take care of it because he does not want to get
Mhm.
involved.
So also nothing flashy.
Yes, something sensible.
like a Toyota Camry.
Yes.
Yes.
well, we probably want like a Rav
Beige,
4.
a
We
beige
want a
Toyota Camry.
no, we want a Rav 4 though because we got to be able to put 3 crates into the skiff.
Oh, that's
so
true.
we got
We
to
need cargo area.
A
Yeah.
beige
Yes.
Rav 4.
There we go. So you can find a rental shop, no problem. And like I said, it's got several. As you're kind of approaching, it's got some rental bikes, and then you see like three skiffs that are kind of connected, and a little office that's at top, and it kind of goes down the stairs where the skiffs are, like we're on the water area. And just as you kind of approach this Tordorian, the long kind of nose wings kind of comes out. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi. Are you looking for renting some skiffs? I've got skiffs. I've got swoop bikes. What can I do for ya?
Ooh,
Just
swoop
something.
bikes?
No, no, no. Maybe
What?
later.
Okay,
Six, focus, eyes on me.
I'm paying attention.
Yeah, so we're looking for a skiff. Just something very sensible, something very non-discreet.
I've got three different skiffs over as you can see right down here. But renting for, are you looking for the day or just an hour or two?
Hopefully, no more than 3 hours.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, okay. Based off of and he kind of looks over Raslin a second. Yeah, that'll be 400 credits up front with a 200 credit
Oh,
security
no,
deposit.
no,
Mm,
no. We're
No,
not
no,
looking for a
no.
race car. We're looking for
Mm-mm.
something like we're looking for the mom van.
Oh well, these are all top of the line.
No, not top of
no.
the
No,
These are
no.
all middle of the line.
Oh, come now. I'm sure you have something that you can show us that's a bit more sensible than this.
See right here, and you see the three skiffs. Now that's one of them is a little bit more banged up than the other two. Um, but yeah, they're generally they're not high. They're middle of the road.
Now, I know Toydarians are not subject to mind mind tricks from the Jedi. What about a cute little smile and
Farm?
wink from? Yeah, let's try to see if I can charm this
Oh,
Toydarian into giving us a
oh
bit of
yeah,
a break.
like 400 credits, bitch. You can afford it. Yes. But 200, and yeah, if you want to give me a negotiations
uh
check on
Hezra's just gonna stand like arms crossed, and she is all wiry muscle, but just arms crossed in the most intimidating stance, behind, like slightly behind and to the right of Rosalind.
that, okay, we're gonna give you a boost on that.
Love that. Love that.
Violin's actually gonna go over to the skiff and like run her hand like along it and like look like she's checking
Okay.
over.
What about RT being
Ar-
the kind
Art
of the mechanic?
RT is circling all three skiffs and analyzing everything.
Okay. Um, we're gonna hit RT first. So RT, I need you to give me. Oops, we're gonna adjust that. I'm giving you a boost on this as well, but I need you to give me a mechanics check. The
Okay.
dice pool
Yeah.
is set. It's going to be an average roll, but give me kind of as you survey.
And one of the things that I really didn't get to input on
Mhm.
the character sheet and stuff like that when I added the integrated goggles
Yes.
was that mainly they look for like like stress damage and stuff like that, like
Okay.
in metal and whatnot. Like that would be the only like scanning ability that they would have is essentially that kind of thing.
And does that add
System
a
strength.
boost or is it an upgrade on this? I
Um,
think it's a
I
boost.
honest, I think it's just I think it's just
Okay.
a boost.
Yep.
I think it gives a boost die or something like that.
And I
Like
added a boost die for the goggles. So
okay,
yeah, now the dice
okay,
pool is set. So go ahead and give me that mechanics check, please.
mechanics check. There we go.
Oh,
Oh, oh,
four successes,
Wow.
one threat, and a triumph. So you
Nice.
succeedly,
I
like
think
as
that's
you're
our
looking
first
over and
triumph of this game.
violin, you're kind of testing it. You realize which is which. What is the good one, the bad one, and the really bad one? But what do you want? What does RT want that triumph to be? I have an idea, but what do you want that triumph to be?
I have no idea. Any ideas are
So as
welcome.
you're looking over, you realize that one of the skiffs has a timer set on it that it will break down. That it's probably one of those things where if you choose the skiff, it's going to break down and you're going to get overcharged with the security deposit and a repair bill. So it's kind of a setup. So you don't want that. You don't want the second skiff. The first skiff is pretty good. It's got a little bit of strain, but for the most part, it's a good one. The third skiff has got a little bit more damage to it. But because of that, too, you can mention it to Rosalind and definitely get that lowered. It's going to upgrade her role if you mention it.
Okay. I will. I'll start chiming in. You know, throwing out these like high pitched beeps to get Rosalind's attention and then relay the information.
As a throwing, see, all three of them very good condition, but wait, that's why it's so much expensive. You're for 4 hours. Yes, yes. I could be able to come down just a little bit since it's only 4 hours and not the full day. But
We said 3 hours.
oh, you said 3 hours. Oh, okay. And
Yes.
Rosalind, give me a negotiation check.
Yeah. Let's
I'm
do the
upgrading
thing.
you and giving you a boost because of some of the other stuff that was there. And it's going to be against a hard 3 purple.
Okay, I am actually
I
going to use
believe in
one of
you.
my abilities.
Okay.
Hold on, I have to find it. I just lost it. Come back to me. It's on
Actually,
another.
question.
Go for
Since
it.
I'm assisting with this and I
Mhm.
have the sense advantage. Oh, wait, no, this is to an NPC skill check, not to her. Never mind, never mind, never mind.
So I'm going to take. I'm going to suffer 1 strain to use
Okay.
congenial,
Okay.
which lets me uh upgrade. Wait, hold on.
Upgrade or downgrade?
Downgrade the difficulty of a charm or negotiation check.
Perfect. I just downgraded to 2 average check.
Beautiful. We
Oh,
love that.
yes, we
Okay, now
do.
let's actually hit the roll. Negotiation. Bada bing, bada boom.
1 success
Whoa.
and
Oh,
5 advantage. He's like, okay, okay, all right. 200 credit. Oh, okay, 150. 150 for the 3 hours. And but the $200, 200 credit security deposit. You got if you bring it back. Right? And you need to make good name because you look pretty famous. So yes, yes, yes. Please, please.
Now, tell me, my good friend here, and I pat RT on the head,
Hmm?
did just a cursory glance, and we noticed there's quite a bit of stuff and wear on this particular skiff over here.
Oh, sorry, we're mounted. Please take the first one. But it's in top condition. Maybe a little scratch here, but it'll be working fine for you. No problems.
Yes. But if we were to take this third one, perhaps you could give us a bit of a gratuity on it, a bit of a discount.
Well, that's the discount. The 150 is the discount. Or you, and then the 200 is the security deposit because I need to make sure you bring it back. Okay. That is
So,
that was the success on that.
so there, I guess I understood. So the 150s on the third one, the other one would be
All of
200.
any of them are 150 because you went from 400 down to 1.
Right. So I'm trying to get the 150 lower because if the first and third one are the same cost and the third one is a bit dented,
Well,
we can't.
you gotta understand. I gotta make a little bit of a profit here between the wear and tear and stuff like
Of course, I understand that. However, you have to understand that we do have a certain need,
Was the
and that.
security deposit worth more than the?
It's a fair question.
that. Well, if you don't bring it back, I'm out and I need to buy a new one. So
So what you're saying is we could just buy one for the same amount you want to charge us for renting one.
if you can go get it, if someone could, they're generally about 500 credits or more, maybe 1,000. But I'm just renting it out here. All right, 125. Last off of And 200 credits for that's not that I got to keep the security deposit.
I'm gonna look to the group. Thoughts?
Hezra's not the person for this question.
Um,
She's
Archie's
there to look strong and be strong.
Archie's gonna let out a series of beefs that says, it might be a better investment to purchase the skiff ourselves because we have room on the ship for it. But that is just his um matter of factness, you know.
Do we have
But
the credits lying around to get one?
probably not. But that's just what he says. But he
Yeah.
says that he trusts your judgment.
As much as I would love to have a skiff, I mean, yes, but
You're looking at probably 4,000 credits.
yeah,
Yeah, we don't have that lying around.
4,000.
Actually, it's
Jesus.
8,000
mean-
credits. My mistake.
yeah.
Oh, never mind.
So-
Archie would never say that. Just
Yeah.
that's good.
I mean, you can expect a Toydarian, like any Toydarian that's ever been in this series has always, when they're a merchant, they've always lied.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is used car salesman tactics.
Yes.
But just for my own brain and make
Mhm.
sure I understand this. So if we take the skiff,
Mhm.
rent it, we would and don't return it, we would effectively be out 325 credits
Yes.
versus
Oh.
the 8,000 credits we would need to buy one ourselves.
So we take the good one.
This is what like Violin is thinking, why don't we just take it and not return it?
So make sure we get the good one and not the
Let's
not the
take
dead
number
one.
one. Yeah.
Who does he work for?
He's his own business.
Okay, I'm just saying, if we're going to steal from somebody,
Are you saying this out loud in front
No.
of
no,
Oh,
no. Six can be childish at times, but no, she would never. I'm just, yeah.
I mean, if we're
Very-
gonna be here for a while, we might not want to steal from a bunch of the local because we're like, at least one of us is recognizable.
Well, who's to say that we're stealing it? We've damaged it beyond
anyway,
repair.
But anyway, are we renting the skiff or
Anyway,
not?
let's just we should
Let's rent the skiff.
let's
Yeah.
take it.
We can talk the mechanics of if
Right.
it's gonna get stolen or not later.
Right. But yes,
Well,
let's rent. You have
Excellent.
convinced me.
Excellent. And you make the transaction, and yeah, you have the skiff. And I'm assuming 6, you're going to be driving the skiff.
Oh, Jess. Oh, Jess.
Okay. You have a rough, like I said, combining the information, you have a rough estimate on like which direction you need to go through the cavern, through the waterfall, where you need to turn. And in the best description, how fast is 6 going? Are you going to go, because this skiff has
Oh,
a
and
speed of 3.
Remember,
And some of
under the
those
radar.
Yeah,
turns
we're
might
not. We're
feel-
not. Yeah, we're not. At this point, there's no reason to go fast. Now, that's not to say that she's biting her bottom lip, wondering, "Okay, maybe what if I? But no, no. She's good. She just
Okay.
travels along.
It just kind of understanding where you're going with the speed wise, and like I said, how
Yeah,
you want.
speed one.
So speed 1, which
Yeah,
is
I-
fine. Like I said, it's going to take you a little bit longer, but you're not in any rush that you know of.
Right.
So with that being said, you're going speed 1. I'm
Yes.
gonna, because of how some of these turns are and things of that nature, I'm gonna need you to make a piloting check.
Okay.
And it is going to be now based off of how because of your abilities, you get one of your setbacks gets removed, correct?
I am looking. Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, skilled jockey.
Skill jockey. So that's going to be taken away. So it is going to be, actually, no, I messed up. That's that. It's going to be 1 red and 1, or excuse me, 1 black setback dice to be able to do what you need to do to make sure that you're making the turns, and you're not smacking into anything because you're going speed 1.
Sure.
So,
sure.
and the dice pool
Did you
set-
already remove that
Yep.
setback die? Then?
Normally there's
Okay.
2, and now there's only 1. So
Okay,
whenever you're
well,
ready, give
you have my modifier in roll 20 to remove a black setback die. So if you've already
Oh,
removed it, my dice is set up to remove one.
okay. So then I'm
That,
gonna add a
that,
bit back in, so since it's
but
automatically
yeah,
perfect.
yes, yes.
So the
And
dice
just
pool is
making sure
set.
we're good.
So give me a
Okay.
planetary roll. Piloting
Yep,
planetary.
yep, yep, yep.
2 advantages. Okay. So
Ooh,
you scuff up on like your first turn because you weren't you're still kind of getting used to it. You kind of bump it a little bit, but you don't do any damage
okay.
to the ship, which is good.
And I muttered, man, this thing has a fat ass. So,
And go ahead and make your second roll. While this is happening, it's going to take a few minutes. What's the rest of you doing as you're kind of as he's making these skiffs roll? Any conversations or anything else going on? Any plan making?
I think
So we need to
RT.
walk in there very calmly. We're just gonna talk to the leader, let him know what's up, and take the stuff. Very easy. Who's driving this skiff back?
Oh, right. I suppose we will need someone to pilot both skiffs.
Oh, um, RT would be up front with six with his data pad out, just kind of relaying the directions that the gentleman had
Okay.
given Rosalind.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll turn his head and look back and go, I can pilot the skiff if necessary.
Good.
Right.
That solves that.
you should probably pilot this one. Um, no offense, but if we want that cargo to get back safely,
I
this
concur.
rental. Okay.
And I suppose we discuss the issue at hand. What are we going to do with the boy?
Give him to the hut. It's not like the penalty for theft is death or anything.
And we might want to see
What is the
if
penalty for theft?
Death is on the table. Torture and death is on the table.
I
It
mean,
maybe
definitely depends on what was stolen.
it didn't sound like the hut was going to be very merciful.
The exact
So
words that were used were uh
I want him
find this
alive.
person, find the cargo, find the ship, and return them, preferably with the thief alive, so my master can introduce the penalty of theft personally.
Mm-hmm.
I just did think that, the cargo was what they said was number one. And if we don't return with the thief, at least we're giving them the cargo.
And the
D-
skiff, ideally.
d-
Yes.
d-
2 out of 3.
I think we should return with all three, but let's see if huts like profit. So obviously this kid needs tutelage, a mentor, but perhaps under their guidance, he won't make the same mistake twice.
Oh, so with a
Um,
hut, sometimes they should pay them back by doing work for them.
exactly. So make it so he has to do jobs for the hut. Try to convince the hut that that's in his best interest rather than penalizing this kid.
He's young enough to be trainable. You can teach him to be better.
I'm just speaking like maybe, well, whatever. So,
Keep listening to all those Jats songs, and you're gonna get a bad influence.
oh, I know. I only listen to them part of the time.
Well,
And
with the
what
way
is wrong
that
with
Rosalind
Jats?
and
Sorry, Archie, what were you saying?
with the way that Rosalind handled the gentleman in the bar, I could definitely conceive her handling the hut as well.
Ooh, huts are tough.
Yes, but Rosalind is better.
Thank you, Auntie. I'm
Depends on
happy.
the hut.
I'm happy to try.
It's look, the worst case scenario is we deliver this kid to the hut and he just gets, I don't know, like loses a finger or something. I don't know why that went into a Boston accent.
Yeah,
The
he
worst
packed
that
the
happens
cash.
is he parks the car in Boston Yard. Uh, the worst
Very
that
well.
happens is we deliver him and he loses a finger or something. The hut's not gonna kill him for just 3 crates in his skiff if it gets returned with no damage. He's more likely to just get looped into some smuggling thing that the hut's wanting to do.
Good. I'm glad we're more or less on the same page. Just wanted to make sure.
He's too young to have stolen from the hut multiple times, right?
Let's hope so. The last thing we need is him to have multiple counts on his rap sheet when we return him to the huts.
Exactly. If this is the 5th or 6th time he's stolen from this hut, like, yeah, that'd be a problem. First time,
Most likely is the first
I mean, hopefully they will this he will take it as a lesson in, you know.
Yes, very good. Tell me, Six, are we almost there?
You sound like me when I was younger. Are we there yet? Just calm down.
you
Six,
are
will you
younger.
please give me another piloting? Oh, you've given me
Like the
two.
I, I give him yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
So
yeah, the next one, you are like flying, and you ended up taking, you missed the one turn, and you realize you took a shortcut, and it literally, as you're kind of, you like missed the turn, but you decided to take the other turn, and it actually is like the shortcut, and you are there quicker. I'm assuming, or what else would you like the triumph to be?
oh no,
Accidentally.
I'm taking the shortcut. That is definitely something Six would do, even though she has no idea.
Yep.
It just comes to her that no, I'll go this way.
Accidentally clip through the race
Yep.
course.
And you
Yeah.
and you don't need to roll for the third roll. You're gonna
Wait.
not gonna need to roll for it because, like I said, that triumph is gonna be able to get it. And as you kind of get in, you open up, and there's this, it opens up to this huge lake. I mean, it is large, and the ceiling is large, and it kind of shimmers a little bit as there's like glowing uh best word about bioluminescent
But
items
yeah.
that are kind of in there, and you kind of see it's a little dome shaped slightly, but this is a huge lake. Like, you're looking over and you can see the shore across, but to get over there, like I said, it's going to take, it's extreme range, so it's going to take you a round or two to get over there. And you can see on the other side that there's a small little beach and there's a door, and then up in one of the sections, there's a large pipe where water is kind of coming in as well. And as you're kind of
Okay.
setting in, um, first, uh, we're gonna need a perception check. But how are you crossing the lake? How do you want to cross? Like I said, are you gonna go straight across, which is the quickest? Are you gonna take a longer time to go around one or the other side?
Yeah, I kind of want to navigate course. So as a maneuver, doing the plot course, just to find the best. I mean, straight sometime could be the best, but I want to sort of analyze or use perception to
Okay.
determine.
So your perception is going to be more determined what the best course of being able to get across.
Yes,
Okay. So,
yes,
I want you to, based off of that, I want you to make, I want him to make the a roll perception first. Once you're done with that roll, everyone else is going to make a different roll after I reset the dice. But
got it.
with that, your perception,
Because what I'm thinking, there might be like, oh, God, the word's escaping me now. There could be like sandbanks or
okay,
sandbars
perfect.
in
Okay.
the lake that I could skip over rather than go through deep water.
Okay. Yeah, give me a perception show. The dice pool is set. It's going to be 3 and 1, but I'm giving you a boost because of what you're looking for and trying to do. So, the dice
Okay.
pool is set. So give me sticks. Just give me a perception check. Yeah, 2 successes and a threat. You're like, instead of going straight across the deep, because this is like probably Lake Superior deep. This is probably a little bit deeper. You probably want to go just a little bit around the deepest part, not too
Mhm.
close to the edge, but just around enough to be able to do that. So,
Right. Okay.
and that's going to help with everyone else's next which basically everyone else, I'm going to need a perception check in a moment. I'm giving you a boost based off of the roll that uh
Mhm.
what's the
And you're
word
flipping a dark side.
what are you talking
Basically,
about?
I see.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I see what you're doing.
Mhm.
I see what you're up
What
to.
GM can flip over dark sides
Roll
anytime. You
20 does
evil
not
GM.
lie.
Yep.
The dice pool is set. So when the crew, when you are ready, give me your perception checks.
There we go.
Oh,
Oh.
There's your
ouch.
usual.
Ouch.
There's your normal Hezra perception check.
Oh,
Oh, hey.
Okay. So that was 3 failures and 3 threats for Ezra. You're oblivious to what's going on, which
All
you are gonna
blood
have a
gone now.
setback on something that's gonna happen later on. Violin, you got 3 threats and 1 threat.
3
Take a strain.
failures.
Take a strain.
Okay.
Feel of what
All
you're gonna
right.
see. Rosalind, you got 1 failure and 1 threat. Take a strain because you get nervous by running around.
Well, yeah, I remembered it's called Dead Man's Pond.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Dead Man's Pond.
Right.
You realize something. Sticks, you're going to take a threat because of what's going to happen coming up in a moment. But you get 1 success as you realize something. On the other hand, RT, that is 3 successes, 3 threat, and a triumph. You succeed on what's going to see, but you have 3 threat. So something you might, depending on what, I might give you a setback on something in a moment. But what do
Okay.
you want that triumph to be? A perception. Actually, let me share with you what you notice. As you're
Okay.
looking over the side to the left of you, you suddenly see this large shadow under the water, about 3 times as large as your skiff, swim under your skiff.
Um, is there um hmm. So it went under the skiff.
Under the skiff.
Um uh like I guess would I be able to I'm not really sure what I can do with
You
this.
could
So
well,
Well,
you could say something to Sticks, and Sticks gets a maneuver to punch it.
well, that would be kind of like my thought was like, maybe going like just like quickly that direction or something like that,
Telling
to
Sticks something's up.
yeah. Danger below, that direction, go,
Okay.
you know.
Sticks, you're going to be able to punch it.
okay.
You can, and when you punch it, you're going to, because of that heads up, you're going to be able to move one range, um, range band away from this large thing as it's turning around. What do
Lovely.
you punch it to? Do you punch it to 1, 2? You're at 1. Do you punch it to 2, or do you punch it to 3?
Oh, we're going to actually use full throttle.
Okay.
So I am going to make this a 3 purple hard piloting check, and I'm going to increase the top speed of the skiff by 1. So if
Okay.
3 is the top, it's going to now be 4.
All right. Give me your piloting planetary. There's a 3 purple. I'm throwing. Yep, 3 purple. Let me see what that roll is. And
Okay.
your piloting planetary.
Yep.
Oh, are you
And I'm
using light
using.
side?
Yes. So
Okay, let
please,
me change that over and upgrade that for you. All right, it's been
okay.
upgraded. So go ahead and planetary.
Planetary. Here we go.
Oh, that is
Oh.
4 successes
A
and
lot of
5 threat. So, OMG.
Okay. So hold on.
No,
Let me.
that's
Did I
okay.
think? Well, no. I think my full throttle, but gives me system strain. Doesn't say.
So what's going
Um.
to happen is you're putting some system strain on the skiff,
Yes.
but I'm going to need an athletics check or a coordination check from everyone except for RT.
No.
Because as the full throttle goes, you lose your balance for a second and you potentially going overboard. But because everyone rolled several threat in their initial perception, you didn't notice that Styx full throttled it. So it took you off balance a little bit. So what's going to happen is you are going to have to roll an average 2 purple, 1 setback, 1 black setback dice on either your athletics or your coordination, whichever you would like to roll. And when the dice pool set, and when you're ready, go ahead.
Am I rolling this too, or
You know what? No, Sticks. No, you're not going to roll.
okay?
Actually, no. Yeah,
'Cause-
because you rolled 2. You did roll 2 threat, didn't you? Or you rolled 1 threat?
Yes, I rolled 2 threat, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
give me a roll.
okay,
Your athletics or coordination.
coordination.
Athletics for Sticks. All right. Am I missing anyone?
Oh, hold
Viola.
on.
Here's
Yeah,
Sorry,
we're
sorry.
waiting
Joey.
on
Yeah.
Rosalind.
Yep,
So
sorry. There it is.
Rosalind, yeah.
okay.
That's
Oh,
more opera
Lord.
singer or jet singer.
Rosalind, as this full throttle goes, you didn't pay attention and you start to fall overboard. You have 2 advantages. And with everyone else's advantages, you grab on to the
The railing.
edge before you fall over. You're hanging for dear life as the skiff starts going, and people will be able to grab you. But that is where we're going to roll initiative, and that is where we're going to end today's episode as a large creature comes out of the water. This large silhouette 4 creature is about to attack this. So next episode, the first
Four?
Saturday of next month, we will go right into initiative and find out if they can outrun Dead Man Ponds on
Yeah.
Stir.
The speed is 4, and I get that for 3 rounds. Just FYI.
Yeah, you will be able to get that together. Last thing,
Okay.
RT, with that triumph and that perception, as you were looking up the bioluminescent ceiling, you know that it's domed, as if the acoustics in here are very, very good. The whistlers are on the other side of this pond. How do they get across safely? And they have Ezra knows because they're wearing whistles around their neck.
Name's got to come from somewhere.
And that is where we're going to end today's episode. Thank you everyone so much for joining us for our first episode. We are going to go around and talk to our players, and then we're going to have a brief where we can find everyone and things of that nature. And we're going to start with you, Emily. Thank you so much for joining us. Where can we find you, and what do you have for us? And how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. You can find me at all the usual places. That's Blue Sky and Twitter/X, whatever you're calling it these days. At formerly known as M. That's FRMRLYKNOWNASEM. And on Instagram, it's formerly known as Emily. I should have been linked on several posts today. And then yeah, right now just still working on the gaming stream. Got a lot going there. I think we're playing Baldur's Gate multiplayer on
Nice.
Thursdays and then variety games on Sundays.
Very cool. Thank you so much. Hey, how are you doing, and where can we find you?
What's that?
Maddie?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your voice cut out when
Oh,
when you
sorry.
said the name, and I
Oh, I
was
must have
like,
gone really. I'm sorry.
and
My
it's
voice
just
must go.
all I heard was the E at the end, and it was like,
Yeah.
Maddie,
hey,
thank you for joining
yeah.
us. Where can we
Oh,
find you? And
thank
how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you inviting me to do this. This is really awesome, and this is a lot of fun. I am Maddie, aka So Maddie Games. You can find me all over the internet at So Maddie Games. I do a lot of uh, Twitch streaming, TTRPG actual plays on my channel. We currently do about 3 to 4 nights a week. We're getting closer to 5 again. Um, Sunday through Thursday, pretty much. We have something almost every night. Um, and I'm also uh, the owner of So Nerdware. We do TTRPG themed print on demand merch, clothing, and accessories. Um, and yeah, um, that's me. I yeah.
Awesome. Uh, Thank you so much, Maddie, for joining us.
Thank you for
Joey,
having me.
how are you doing? And where can we find you?
Well, I'm currently hanging off the edge of a skiff, so no, we're doing great. We're doing great. I'm Joey. You can find me on all the socials as Feywild85, FEYWILDE85, or just Feywild. I'm not doing a lot online right now because all of my current gigs are in-person performance, which is great. Starting in April, you can find me at the Southern California Renaissance Fair singing with the Poxy Boggarts at Rogues Reef Stage. More information on that as we get show times and dates. But don't come in the middle 3 weeks because I won't be there because I'll have another performance gig. I am currently doing a production of Little Night Music at Golden West College in Huntington Beach, and that'll be the last week of April, first week of May. And then after that, I'll be doing a production of Drinkspear presents The Empire Striketh Back, the
Ooh,
Shakespeare adaptation of The Empire Strikes Back, where I'll be playing Luke Skywalker in our 1 hour truncated version of that show where you buy us drinks and get us drunk and we have to get through the show no matter what. So that'll be in Orange County. Everything's in Orange County, even though I'm in LA. I like to drive apparently, but more information on that on the socials as things develop.
awesome. Thank you so much. Steve, how are you doing, sir? And where can we find you?
Well, I'm pretty excited. This is actually my very first Twitch streaming episode kind of thing. So, where you can find me, I have an Instagram at Star Wars Asperry, at whatever the Instagram thing is. But I'm Gen X, so like this whole Twitch X Twitter thing is very foreign. So I'm not anywhere. I'm just me. But hey, you know what? This is great. I'm having a blast. I've been role playing forever, so this has been fun playing six. Six with an SYXX, not STYXX. Um, as much as Jay's been calling me Sticks,
Sorry,
which is
sorry.
okay, which is okay because I love the band. But I was just like going, okay, well, eventually, so,
The GM
yes.
will get it right. Eventually,
It's
GM will.
okay.
Um,
Yes, yes, yes.
there's a few other people in some of the other games where I get the names off and they constantly correct me. But there might be a reason for those. But
Yeah, well, right now we're over a lake, and I feel like this is the river Styx, or but the lake Styx. So this could be fitting.
eh, but yes, six and violin.
Hi, I am Lily. I am Elise on Life on Twitter and Blue Sky. I haven't really been present on either very much currently, but I'm also Lily PHL on Instagram, and I'm Lescribe in Twitch and Discord. And I primarily do most of my TTRPG playing in podcasts. I'm in one called Misfits of Space, which actually many years ago we started using the Star Wars system. Currently, we're doing Scum and Villainy, so we're still in space, still doing shenanigans. But yeah, check that out, Misfits of Space. And then I also am in Greetings from Stability, which is a horror anthology podcast that started out using the sleepaway system. But we'll be experimenting with other different systems as the podcast goes on. And then my third podcast is the only one that's not an AP, that is called Blurred on the Street. And it is me and two other people. We're all Black women femmes in the geeky spaces talking about that and current events that affect us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Again, I am Jay, also known as NeoFet3 on the socials. Thank you so much for joining us. Some of the information we wanted to thank our affiliates, Talon and Claw and Smuggler's Coffee. If you want Talon and Claw, beautiful handmade wooden dice boxes as well as DM screens. Put in Dragon Daddy should have been up in the chat sometime too. You will get 10% off on your purchase. Also, some of the stuff we've got tomorrow, 7 p.m., we do have Shadowport Adventures Luck of the Draw, episode 6. New episodes are starting to come out, so look for that. Wednesday nights, we have our Pathfinder actual play, which is the Legends of the Natural Ones. And we are later this year, we postponed it, but sometime this summer, we're doing Hunter the Reckoning, a lot of stuff in. A little horror in there. It's a actual play with some one shots all thrown in. We're working on that right now as well. You can find me at several of the conventions coming up next month, including GaryCon. So if you see me, by all means, I'll be running some Star Wars there as well. Give a shout, say hi, see us here, and yeah, we are excited to be able to bring to you once a month at first Saturday of the month our Shadowport Adventures Mercenary Tales here. And what we like to say, or at least I'd like to say, as we go before we raid, we're gonna go raid someone, and I believe we're gonna go raid Happy Jacks because they are all set. So as they're running some stuff, we want to give them some love because they're good friends of ours now. So again, be kind, don't be a jerk, and say have a good night. Take care, everyone.